Our game officials, Peter Palao, Ping Oliva, Jeff Tantay, and Janken Austero. And we are underway here at the Big Dome. They can't get the pass inside to Troy once again. He's looking for an early seal. Scotty inside, gets denied. That's a great block there by Junicio. Barroca up against the youngster, trying to teach him a thing or two. Alfaro from deep.
And finally, and that was a 4-point shot coming from Alfaro.
That's now going to be a 3-point advantage here. IJ Aberrente says, you can do it, so can I.
So finally, we're seeing the offense coming into form here for both teams.
After a slow start, let's see if it keeps up. Alfaro goes up to Barroca. Roy Sangalang there made sure within the cylinder. And watch him push it down. Still a 3-point lead enjoyed by Magnolia. Xavier on the run, scores.
He's a joy to watch when he is on the open floor.
We'll send it to Scotty. Scotty will try to attack inside. Japet with a fall away. Holt was there for the putback, short. And once again, Troy Rosario there with the easy putback.
Well, yeah.
Barangay Ginebra trying to run. Troy Rosario a little bit too strong off the board, and Japet there flexing his muscles inside. Scotty will get it back, puts up a 3, bang!
Nice handoff play there to free up Scotty Thompson for that 3. So Barangay Ginebra now beginning to execute their offense. 7-0 run for them.
Here comes Lee, pocket pass, Sangalang will take it straight to the cup.
Magnolia's done that pick and roll play a couple of times to perfection. Earlier it was Barroca as the passer. This time it's Paul Lee.
That's why Coach Tim up on his feet. Didn't like the way Barangay Ginebra executed defensively. Ooh, Japet, a little bit too strong inside. Barroca will try to challenge once again. Kicks it out. Sangalang from the outside.
You don't usually see Ian take a perimeter jumper, but that was a good shot because it came from a double team against Mark Barroca.
That kind of surprised the defense of Barangay Ginebra. Troy inside, scores over Lucero.
Very active on the offensive end is Troy Rosario here in the first quarter.
It's Barroca again, trying to back down the Barrientos. Couple of moves. That almost turned out to be an assist. And it's still a score here for Sangalang.
He's just so good inside the paint. He has a variety of moves.
Magnolia up by 2 once again. Under 4 minutes remaining in the opening period. Troy once again. He'll pick it up. Shot clock's down to 1. Japet with a jumper.
And their only loss was to Rain or Shine. In that game, Rain or Shine just killed them with their speed because of the youth of Rain or Shine, and that's why they need more energy, more quickness, more speed. They need to get younger as well, and this is a perfect acquisition in Will Navarro.
Well, Navarro's a 3-level scorer, not to mention the fact that his size will really create a lot of problems for the opponents.
He can play both 4 and 3 as well, and can even be a combination with Lucero at 4 and 5 in a small lineup.
Once again, this time, James Laput says.
Has slowly transformed their lineup here as we take a look at this miss coming from Paul Lee. Now you have Lucero.
Didn't play it last time against Meralco. Japet not going to get the roll. There's Nards Pinto. That's his second offensive rebound.
So second chance points. So far, Barangay Ginebra is getting the better of second chance points in this match.
And from an unlikely place in Nards Pinto, who's got 4 points. Lapit to the handoff. Lastimosa will overshoot Holt in the open court. Pushes. Here's Japet. Easy slam there.
Look at Japet on the right wing, and of course his partner Scotty finds Japet for this easy slam.
Fortunately, when he talked to us before tip-off, he no longer felt pain from it and is more confident that he could show up tonight a lot better, especially when it comes to the intangibles. Gentlemen.
Nice pass here coming from Rome De La Rosa. And Laput. He is
Holt looking to get inside, puts up the floater a little bit too strong. And here's Navarro trying to lead the break. Lastimosa up and under move.
And that's just a glimpse of what William Navarro can do.
Lead the break. He can also finish strong if he wants. Let's see if they try to set him up inside once again. Two-man game, they swing it. Navarro will get denied though. Barrientos left wide open for this one. Hits that one.
And that's a perfect example of an escape dribble there coming from Ron J. That ball fake and then relocation of the shot. Perfect shot there coming from Ron J.
One of his favorite moves. Here comes Lastimosa. Falling away. Scores inside. One-point lead this time for Magnolia. Malonzo finds Adamos. Adamos trying to use his speed there. Couple of moves. Scores over Laput.
Adamos showing us what he can do as a roll guy in the pick and roll.
Laput there going, setting the pick once again. Baroka gets it to Laput. Laput, that's an extra pass. Navarro scoring his first basket for Magnolia.
These are excellent minutes being played by Laput in lieu of Ian Sangalang.
That's what Adamos can do. Hit that medium range shot. David left open for three. Barrientos short that time. Lucero, that's too easy. Chop it inside, power move. Nice soft touch inside.
Nice packet pass coming from Ron J to Japet.
Alfaro back. That's going to spread the floor once again. Xavier kicks it out. Extra pass. Jonicio for three. Bang! I'm not just talking about today. I'm so far that he's been in the PBA. Sangalang inside. Was wary once again of Japet. Why not? That's his specialty.
Paul Lee was able to force that switch because of that pick and roll. And it was Japet defending him. And Paul Lee liked that matchup. He knew he could get a shot off with Japet defending him in the perimeter.
And just like that, it's a three-point lead enjoyed by the Hotshots. Holt double clutching. Barrientos won't. He'll launch. He'll misfire though. Good, a 4-point field goal numbers. Here's Japet. That's a walk in the park. Coach Tim Cohen suing for time here, but watch this once again. As you said, one of the defensive linchpins.
Lucero and Navarro playing together. Holt. I mean, Coach Tim matches up, removes Japet.
Picks himself up. David a little bit out of control that time. But he's going to steal the ball anyhow.
And once again, it's David with the steal. And then the fast break opportunity.
Scotty to the wing. David will put up a three. Lucero thought that he had that rebound. Maybe sometime down the road here in this conference.
Coach Tim playing a little zone in that exchange, but Magnolia able to score. Time for one last possession here if you're Barangay Ginebra.
6.2 remaining. Scotty. David puts it up and through. Just in the nick of time.
And that's why I don't want to give up that foul to give Ginebra to set up a play with 6 seconds to go, and they score.
Nice incursion there by David. Same starting five here for Coach Tim Cone to begin the second half. A little bit of a tweak here coming from the Hotshots.
That's big. They were only 1 out of 7 from threes in the first half, and then you got a guy like Lucero, because the way Tim Cone's philosophy is on defense, he will not extend a lot on the bigs, on bigs taking 3-pointers. That's why important for Lucero to make that, but Stephen Holt with an answer.
Oh, Lucero left wide open in the corner. Will come up short though.
But you see, he was still open because that is something Barangay Ginebra is willing to give up.
They're gonna go inside. Japet Aguilar stays with it. He loses it going up though. Baroka. Secondary break. Three-pointer. Not gonna work there. Lucero working hard. And he'll get the 2 points.
And now that's where Zave is really very dangerous. We saw his work in transition. He can also be a factor of the offensive glass.
They look inside Holt. Extra pass. Rosario made that a little bit more difficult. Well, Lee will go inside and score. Morocco will try to push, looking for some early offense. Goes for the basket and scores. Foul's going to be called here on Barrientos.
He gets something on the low post here against Barrientos every time. Barrientos is defending him. Mark.
Holt almost with a steal, completes it.
That's really the value of Stephen Holt. He is such an excellent defensive player.
There's another opportunity for Barangay Ginebra to run. Barrientos puts up a three. A little bit too strong on that one. Quick seal inside. Lucero showing his strength once again.
And even though there were two Barangay Ginebra players there to challenge Lucero, they were both guards, Barrientos and Thompson. So Lucero will have his way if he continues to run the break the way he is doing in this game.
Now a three-point lead for the Hotshots. Japet. That's an easy put in.
Scotty, when he penetrates, he always knows he has that safety valve of giving it up to Japet when his shot is not there.
Lucero will lose it. 3-on-2 break. Scotty into the heart of the defense, finds his big man.
And this time, Scotty creating the basket here for Troy Rosario.
Galang delivers inside, and a foul is going to be called.
On the pick and roll, he is always a favorite target of Paul Lee. And then, high percent.
Release pass to Holt. Jamie will try a three. Short. Scotty there with the putback. Lastimosa will bring it inside, finds the big man, Laput, basket and one.
I thought had that three-point shot, but he did not take it because he has not really shot well. But this guy, this kid has been huge coming off the bench for.
That goes right back to Japet. Japet skies inside for the layup. Nothing Scotty could do on the offensive end. Lastimosa dips it two!
Lastimosa plays at his own pace. Look at this. Look at that move by Jerome Lastimosa. Very composed. Does not.
Under a minute and 40 seconds to be played here in the third. Malonzo takes it in strong and scores.
I like that. After a timeout play, Malonzo's been struggling the entire game. Coach Tim Cone calls his number.
Retired once again, De La Rosa with his inside incursion. And that's a basket and one opportunity here for Rome.
Solid always, rarely turns the ball over. Makes the correct decision most of the time. And game.
Japet wasn't looking for the pass. Barroca, simple move. Basket and one this time for Mark Barroca.
Runner. This is really a patented Mark Barroca shot here. Time for one shot here. And Mark knows that. He looks at the clock.
Barangay Ginebra in the penalty. Barroca with a long tom. Hits a big one.
The last 6 points of this quarter. He rejects the screen. Goes to the other side to set up his pull-up jumper. When somebody from the backcourt, Mark Barroca, scored those 6 points, that has been what has separated Magnolia here heading into the fourth. RJ trying to do something about that.
Quick reply there. We'll cut that lead down to 7. Exactly the way Coach Tim wanted his squad to start. Can't fall behind anymore. Sangalang starting out a little bit higher. Navarro for three. Why not? He's starting to come alive here.
And that's a huge part of his game. Now you have Sangalang passing the ball to Navarro, and he can definitely hit that shot.
So just like that, it is a 10-point advantage. This, the biggest lead for the Hotshots. Japet inside. Quick reply.
Ginebra. Here's Will Navarro playing as a stretch forward here. Excellent play there coming from.
And there was also special attention given to William Navarro, telling him to keep crashing the boards. On the other side, Coach Tim was really disappointed on how they finished the third quarter, telling them that this is not the way to do it.
They send it up. Malonzo, a little bit unsure of himself there, but in the end, he will score 2 points. That's under 8 minutes to be played. That's a backcourt of Lee and Lastimosa. Explosive from deep end. Lastimosa with the layup here.
And if I'm Japet, I will not go out aggressively on Jerome Lastimosa because he has not made a three-point shot so far in today's game.
Quick reply this time from Stephen Holt.
Yeah. You just scored on the other end, and then you give up a layup and a possible three-point play here to Barangay.
All those childhood memories come back to him, where he will do everything just to make his uncle proud. He revealed how the Flying A is a man of few words. He'll probably say about 3 sentences about RJ's game, but his words would carry so much weight and would be a no-nonsense kind of discussion that would make RJ realize how he still has a lot to work on and prove. Gentlemen?
I don't think he's going to give him words of advice right before this game.
You know, and the funny thing is, even if Ron J becomes a Hall of Famer in this league, he will still not live up to the shadows of his uncle Johnny Abarientos because of what Johnny did during his career.
Those are such huge shoes to fill. Inside, Rosario delivers. It goes to Xavier. Lee once again gets away. That's a slight nudge. Oh! Usually that's money. It goes to Lucero, and Lucero delivers.
Unfortunate there for Barangay Ginebra. Troy Rosario saving the ball.
Rosario gets it to RJ. That's a nice pass. Up and under move, and Rosario gets away.
Team foul of Barangay Ginebra. Look at this. RJ with the perfect pass. The exact length needed to get.
Abarientos trying to make his move now. Gives it up Alonso. Malonzo. He got the step.
Here's that last play. Here's Lonje. He gets it there. That little jab step loses Xavier Lorenzo, and then strong drive to the basket.
Abarientos against Paul Lee. Sets up Holt. Holt gets just enough English on it to knock it through. Baroka trying to get the steal. Malonzo for a big one. Hits that huge three.
That was the correct decision that time. Wide open three.
Watch it once again in the flow of the offense. Catch and shoot.
How?
Lucero will bring it closer. Floater just short. That's a nice tip in there by Sangalang.
That was an important basket for Magnolia. They needed that to stay in this game. Here.
But it's still just a one-possession ball game, I guess.
Right. That's right, because you can take a four. My bad.
That's a great stop. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
And this is a huge win for Barangay Ginebra.